Yeah.
Well, I'm glad someone finally asked. An hour and 30 into the show. Yeah, Tennessee.
You got a microphone, brother.
No, listen, this is y'all's show. I don't give a shit what y'all do.
Here you go.
I don't do whatever you want. I don't care.
Welcome back to Nanodosing. What's up? It's Tuesday. It's October 22nd, and we're back. This episode is brought to you by Sport Clips. It can be intimidating sometimes to get your hair cut, knowing what to ask for, wondering if your stylist will be able to deliver a great haircut. But there's great news. Sport Clips stylists have been specially trained in the nuances of men's hair, taking the worry out of getting a haircut. So whether you're going for a tight fade, slick back mullet, or just think that looking like Patrick Mahomes will make you a better quarterback, Sport Clips stylists are here to do whatever you need to feel confident. Nothing says confidence like a great haircut. Nobody does great haircuts like Sport Clips. Sport Clips, it's a game changer. We're back. We got Arian, myself, Big T, Mad Dog, McKinsey in the booth. And yeah, it's Tuesday. We're getting back into it. It's a nanodosing. Interesting stuff going on this weekend. Where do you guys want to start? Because we could start with the Tennessee Minute. We could start with Trump doing fast food or free play. We also have. Do we have some questions today?
We do have some questions.
Okay, so last week we did. We intercepted Stephen A. Smith's Q&A before he could get to it, and then we're going to intercept another podcast today. Who are we intercepting?
The Toast.
The Toast. What is the Toast?
So the Toast, for our male listeners, of which are, few, is two sisters that host a daily podcast where they go over 5 pop culture topics that are in the news that day. And on Wednesdays they do toaster advice. So it's women writing in asking them for advice on their situations.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just like two girlies talking about girly stuff.
I like that.
This is for the girlfriends that have to listen to this show.
I like that a lot. We do have something to cover that we didn't get to last week. Ryan Fitzpatrick out of the clouds, just issuing a compliment to Arian Foster. Arian, you might be the athlete that I see the most when people are just doing these posts where they say, you know who I think about a lot is Arian Foster. He was really good. And it's funny because Mad Dog McKinsey, I still don't think they know how good you were.
Big T's seething right now.
No, I don't think that they know how good you were.
I had an Arian Foster 101 lesson taught to me recently, and someone had to explain to me what made Arian better than everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
And it actually helped because they were like, do you see how he waits behind the pocket and he waits for his offensive line to fall and then he runs through? And do you see how he's patient? And I said, oh, absolutely. I totally understand.
You had a potential mate, and y'all was watching highlights of me. That's kind of crazy.
On
dog.
it's every first date I go on. It's, hey, can you explain the Arian Foster supremacy?
Let's take these highlights before we can get into the thing.
It's like it's a thing to Tavon Austin. His highlight tape?
Yeah.
Oh, it's insane.
Greatest one ever.
It's a really good one.
I disagree. And maybe a generational gap, but I think it's Reggie Bush.
Instead of Tavon Austin, it's just me showing boys. Like, have you guys ever seen Arian Foster highlights?
Break down this stretch right here.
Yeah. And then, what did...
A guy goes over to Mad Dog's house and looks on her YouTube TV, and it's just like Arian Foster highlights. And he's like, who's been over at your house?
Yeah. Who cooked here? Or he also... There was also, what is it, chunk runs or something? Or
chunk play?
Chunk play.
That means you get a lot of yards.
There was also chunk plays that were involved. But yeah, no, I learned that Arian was an extremely patient running back and that he was an amazing running back for offensive line because you were.
Are you saying that Arian Foster was a system running back and his offensive line was he was an O-line merchant?
Cap, Pro Bowl, and 2 different systems. Kill that argument before it starts.
Am I saying that?
I don't know.
Is that what I'm saying?
No,
you're not saying. You're not saying that, man. You're saying, which is absolutely true, and not a lot of people know, is there are a plethora of linemen that hate running backs that run up their back.
Yes.
Hate that shit.
Yes.
They cannot stand that shit. And I never did that shit.
That's what I was hearing. Is that offensive line would have loved you because of the way that you ran.
Yeah,
And they did.
Fitzpatrick said, I feel like a guy that has been forgotten a little bit that was one of the more talented players I ever got to play with was Arian Foster. So smooth and was a dynamic route runner and pass catcher. High praise. High praise from Fitzy.
Yeah, he got to see my route running more than anybody, like in my previous system too, because OB opened up in OTAs and other practices. I was like running routes against our one or two corners. Like that was the funnest time I had in football, like 2014. I love that. I love that shit.
We should maybe have him on.
Fitzy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my dog.
Invite Fitzy.
But also, real quick, it also could be a product of like, if you know somebody with a red slug bug, you know what I mean? Like all of a sudden you start seeing a lot of red slug bugs. That could be it too. You know what I mean?
There were 2 tweets in the past 3 days from Twitter accounts with a lot of followers that both said, "Hope Arian's doing well."
Who was the other?
That's the Shea Serrano.
Oh, Arian, what is a slug bug?
Word?
So I have a guess as to what it is, but I'm curious.
Hold on. Other youngins in the back. Y'all know what a slug bug is?
No.
Now,
No.
hey.
Is this a generational thing?
Well, wait, because I think I know what it is, but we called it something different.
Yeah.
Y'all never played slug bug?
No.
And is it a
Damn.
type of vehicle?
Yeah.
Okay, so see that to me that's a punch buggy.
Yeah, we
Oh,
call it
yeah.
punch buggy.
Y'all, it might be regional there.
Yeah.
Okay, it might be
I've never
okay.
heard it be called a slug
Did
bug.
y'all? Oh, so y'all
I mean,
played
basically the same words.
So we
But
used to play slug bug. When you see a slug bug, you color and like any color. As soon as you see one, you slug bug red. Wow.
Right.
Yeah,
that's a punch
okay,
buggy.
Okay, bet. Okay, we still good.
But we don't see that many of them anymore.
No.
Although they're going out. But although I found this shit out, I didn't know this. Is younger cats, we talking about like teeny bops and maybe early 20s. If you use the word in text, if you text LOL, that identifies you as an old head. So younger cats aren't really using LOL like that. They use it as like sarcasm, but it's rarely used. They don't use LOL. Like they say, if you use LOL, like you old. I didn't know that.
I have had people tell me that if you like, I'll say LOL to something, like if I think it's funny, like, oh, LOL. And they're like, that means that you think it's not funny.
Yep.
Like, and I'm
Yep.
like, what the fuck are you talking about?
So what is
Yep.
replaced? Is it LMAO?
I think LMAO is more
But
of,
yeah,
oh,
so
that's
they-
funny.
Yeah, they do. They'll do LMAO, but with the O, they'll just like kind of smash the keyboard. It'll be a whole bunch of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you get an LMAO, that means it was funny.
JSDFHGGGFG. That's like laughing. That's like a real laugh. And then haha is fuck you. That you're ridiculous.
Or like a dad that thinks something's funny will say haha.
Yeah.
I feel like. But he genuinely thinks it's funny.
If you get a haha, that means that you just said the least funny thing possible.
Yes.
No, see, I think that's LOL now. I think
Oh,
for the
LOL?
kids.
Really?
I think.
Yeah, LOL means you think it is not funny. It's like almost like sarcasm. Like that ain't it, dog.
I
I
think
didn't know that. My daughter put me on, and then I saw a tweet about it, and then my daughter put me on. I was like, is this true with y'all young people? And she was like, yeah. She's like, you don't use it too much though. And I do use it, just not to her, like, just because I don't know, we have a different conversation. But like I'll use it to like soften the blow. Because a lot of things come off in text is I don't know, kind of cold. Like, you know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
LOL kind of softens the blow to let you know it's not that serious. But it's interesting how it's starting to evolve.
Yeah. The haha is more like they want to say something nice, but the joke didn't land. LOL is like awful joke.
Yep.
What about when you hit the haha button on an iPhone?
No, that's good. If you get ha-has in the chat, that's good.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
about emphasize?
I said they need to like, well, emphasize just means like, I agree with that, right? Like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second. Yeah.
Yeah. They need to open it up to where you could, I think I said it before, but you could put emojis on, like they do on the IG DMs.
Mm-hmm.
You need to put emojis on as a reply on a bubble.
I have some incredible news for you. You can do that.
Where?
I'll do it right now.
There's a great book. I think it was written in 2002, and it's just a bunch of abbreviations from like chat rooms back in the day of things that you would type instead of typing them out. That's where LOL came from, was from chat rooms.
Wait, how? Oh, stickers.
Uh-huh.
Oh, sending stickers.
Yeah, nah, stickers different.
That's what they are.
Nah, like an emoji.
Those are emojis.
Stickers ain't emojis.
Look at what I'm putting on there.
Stickers can be emojis. All
correct. Not all stickers are emojis, but these are.
Yes.
So, Aaron, do you remember any of these? ROFL?
Rolling on the floor laughing.
Yep. Do you guys say that still?
No.
Nah, that's
But I
played.
remember
Another
that.
one played out is ASL.
Yeah. Age, sex, location. Do you remember SICS?
I've never heard of that in my life.
SICS. I know it, but hold on. SICS. No, what is it?
Sitting in chair snickering.
No way.
Yeah.
No, don't remember that. I remember seeing it, but I never really knew what it meant.
What about GMTA?
Never heard that either.
Good morning. No, I don't know.
GMTA is great minds think alike.
That's too much. They're doing too much. But this is the origins, though. This is the OG shit.
Yeah, this is internet like 1.0.
Mm-hmm.
This is the start of it.
Give me more.
Well, there was one. I'm trying to remember what it was. If like your parents were standing next to you at the computer. Was it POMS? Parents over my shoulder.
It's something like that. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't remember that one.
You guys, did you ever use chat rooms?
No.
I had like AOL.
Yeah.
I didn't. The closest I got to a chat room was like Webkins.
What about LJBF? This was a bad one. I got LJBF'd one time.
Look, Jeff. I don't know. I lost it.
Look, Jeff. Be
Friendly.
friendly. Yeah.
Look, Jeff. Be friendly.
You say
That's
that-
what you say to a Jeff who's being rude.
You say that on the dozen during the bonus round.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, LJBF was let's just be friends.
Oh.
Yeah.
Imagine getting
Never-
hit with an LJBF.
I got hit with an
That's tough.
LJBF.
No.
Yeah. Yes.
Bo got friend zone early.
I got friend zoned in 7th grade. Went on one date. Went to a high school football game. Didn't work out.
No.
Sparks weren't flying.
And so was that on like AIM that you got that?
Well, the weird thing was I talked to her like one time. And then her friend set me up with her. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll go on a date with her. And then it was on AIM.
Tough.
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough. Your boy was down bad after that.
What was your AIM username?
AIM username
Oh.
Skanker18. Yeah.
Skankery.
Yeah.
I think mine was like Memoirs of the Sun. Some shit like
Whoa.
that. I
What's
think.
that? That's heavy.
You just try to be deep as a little child.
Uh-huh.
It sounds cool though.
Memoirs of the Sun. S-U-N or S-O-N?
SUN.
Was that from a book or something?
Mm-mm.
It just made people think.
It sounds provocative.
Yeah, it does.
Gets
Yeah.
people going.
Memoirs of the S-O-N, the Gospels.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Praise the Lord. I'm trying to look at some other these acronyms here because I used to know all these back in the day in the chat rooms. You guys know IMHO, right?
In my honest opinion.
In my humble opinion.
Humble opinion.
Yeah.
I use that. IMO.
Yeah, IMO's good.
Yeah.
Oh, here's if you had parents over your shoulder, you could type 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that just meant talk about school. So they would look and you'd be like, "Yeah, we're talking about learning right now." Yeah, old school chat rooms, man. I got banned from AOL a couple times. Got too active in the chat rooms.
Couple times?
Yeah. This was the original Big Brother looking over your shoulder.
Right.
I got my First Amendment taken away by big tech back in like 1997.
So y'all would y'all tell me this.
I was
So-
telling somebody, like a stranger, to suck my dick in a chat room or something like that. Yeah.
Nice.
Perfectly normal shit. You know what I mean?
So y'all would get home from school and you'd have to like fire up the desktop
Yep.
and go. So AIM was, it was connected to the internet.
Yes.
It was an internet. And so you would get on the
That's
desktop.
a crazy question, bro.
No. I'm going through it in my head. So it was.
That is crazy.
I'll give you the process.
So would you? I knew it. I know what AOL is. So then, but would y'all just get on and hope other people were on it?
Yeah. So I'll give you the process here. You get home. You'd make sure that your parents weren't on the phone because you couldn't get online if somebody was on the phone. Then you would click on the AOL icon on your desktop. And if you were lucky enough to have like one of those free CDs that they sent everybody, then you'd have like, I don't know, 5 hours or 20 hours of free internet or whatever. And you go online and then you would be taken to like the AOL home screen where you could check your mail. And then they had chat rooms that you could go into too. So you could go into a chat room that was divided by what topic you wanted to talk about. So there would be like a football or sports one. There would be like one that's just talking. Hip hop, yeah, whatever kind of music you like.
I did battle rap. I battle rap cats on there.
Oh really?
Oh, I was getting it at 10 years old. Like, man, the microphone with the you know, all that. Yeah. I'll take your microphone and destroy it. Yeah, that type of shit. I was getting it in.
Yeah, so you could do that where you just talk to strangers in chat rooms, and then you were also logged into your AIM account, your AIM account, and then you had your buddy list, so you could talk to your friends on there. You'd see that your friend's screen name was online, so you double click on that, and then you type back and forth to them. But then when you were in the chat rooms, if you were like talking shit to somebody and they didn't like it, they could send you an AIM message, and they'd be like, "Fuck you, you piece of shit," and then you could just talk shit back and forth to them.
So how many people were in these at any given time?
I don't know. It probably depends on the chat room, but I would guess between like
hundreds to thousands,
5 and hundreds. Yeah.
Yeah, depend. And some rooms were more popular depending on the thing. But a lot of times, what we did was we would tell everybody back in school, like, look, hop into the chat room around 7 p.m. whatever case would be, and it'd be like 6, 7 of y'all just going back and forth. It's usually like flirtatious stuff going on, shorty you trying to holler at, stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, and then there was like a migration from these chat rooms to message boards later. So message boards started, I believe, probably at the same time as chat rooms, but chat rooms were way more active, and then everybody got off chat rooms and then just went to a message board that was geared around their particular interests.
See, my first interaction on the internet was a message board, and then I got to AIM. Because like my dad had a computer because he was like selling insurance or some shit like that, and so a lot of the homies didn't have computers, and so I was just roaming around on the internet by myself, and I think I said this story before, but my favorite writer of all time is Saul Williams. Saul Williams is he's a poet / artist, and he had a website, saulwilliams.com, and on that website they had a message board, which it was just people displaying poetry. When I first started writing poetry, I was like, I don't know, 10, something like that. And so I would write poems, and you would get your poems reviewed by like, people who were really into literature, and it was really dope.
Yeah, and you could talk to strangers, meet strangers, bond over common interests, tell somebody to fuck off.
Mm-hmm. The horniness was wild.
Yeah, it would always devolve into somebody just like, no matter what the topic was, somebody would hop in there and just say some like wildly horny shit.
Mm-hmm. And there's no telling who you were talking to. Like,
oh yeah,
if I was talking to a girl, it probably was some like horny dude in a bunker somewhere doing weirdo shit.
Yeah, my friend Ricky, he would go into these message boards, and he was really into like some lesbian chat forum, and he would go in there and pretend to be a girl just to get them to send naked pictures of themselves, and then he found out that he was just getting the same naked pictures over and over and over again because it was all just like 15-year-old dudes in there, all trying to do the same thing. Yeah. But yeah, forums, man. Forums, you can trace a lot of the modern day internet back to just message boards and forums and like all the problems people have with them, censorship, getting banned, harassment, all this shit. Exact same stuff was happening on message boards. Like people would call for the mods and be like, mods, come get this guy out. And then somebody would get banned, and they'd complain about getting banned from the forums because one guy is controlling their freedom of speech. It's basically the entire, the internet was boiled down. It was like a much smaller place, but the same exact problems and issues were happening back then as are happening right now.
College football fans keeping the message board business alive and well.
Yeah, I like that. So why do you think message boards, in particular for college football, are still like a big thing and not, just using social media as like other platforms like X or?
I think for younger, it's all happening on X.
Yep.
I think for younger
Real.
people it is, but a large portion of college football fans are 40 and older.
Yeah.
So those people that I guess grew up with that still like going on the message. Like I've never used a UT message board. I don't really understand.
You're a lurker though.
No, I had for a year, I think I was on VolQuest and I would read some of the stuff, but I've never I don't really get the appeal of it.
The message board celebrities are maybe my favorite type of
Oh,
celebrity.
dude, yeah.
'Cause there's always one guy that takes it very seriously, and then there's another guy that has like deep inside information allegedly, and he pops up once every couple months just to drop. It's Q. It's Q for whatever, like if it's college football team, you have your own Q that shows up every now and again and then posts some like deep inside info, but you have to read into it a little bit to see what he's actually getting at.
My Vols group chat has a lot of guys that are in their 30s and 40s, and they talk about like different people on the message boards, and like there are celebrities that people are, this guy's at it again.
Yeah. Yeah. This guy, or their tailgates probably pop off too, right? Like the official tailgate of VolQuest.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't even know if that's a thing.
I bet they do.
I recently went to Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I haven't been to many tailgates, but I went to a tailgate and it was cool. I pulled up on a homie's tailgate and stuff, and I was looking around the parking lot, and it's just different. You forget like Texas tailgates are kind of different. Like, and maybe it's like that in Tennessee. I've never been to a Tennessee tailgate, but Texas tailgates is like, it's like a barbecue showdown. Like everybody trying to outdo each other, and it's kind of fire. Am I just missing out on tailgating, or is like Texas kind of like different?
No, I think any big program probably has pretty good tailgate scene. Texas is cool because in my experience, they pull up these giant barbecue smokers. Like they haul them in on 18-wheelers sometimes if you go to Austin, and then they just cook all their shit outside. But no, you should go to more tailgates, Arian.
Let's do one.
Yeah,
that would be fun. Everybody pull up to a tailgate.
It's like fun church. You get there, you talk to your community, have a few drinks, take communion.
then you pray.
Play some cornhole. Yeah. Then you get drunk, and when your friends almost gets into a fight, you get him out of the fight, you regroup, then you go into the game. It's a good time.
Which is service, yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good time.
What game did you go to that people were tailgating at?
New Mexico versus Air Force. Granted, it's not
Nice.
a big game, I understand. But hey, it is what it is. That's the hometown team. It is what it is.
Yeah, tailgating, it's not something I get to do a whole lot of, but a good tailgate, it's perfect because at my age, I feel like old people, we like getting day drunk more than we like going out and getting night drunk. So if I can start drinking at 10:30, 11 in the morning, be done by like 3, 4 p.m., go home, order food to my house if I'm lucky and I hit the right button, then that's a perfect day for me.
A 3:30 college football game, if you're going to the game, is ideal because you get there at 11, 10:30 maybe, and you got 3-4 hours, and then the game ends at 7.
Yeah.
You're home by 8.
It's pretty nice. In other countries, you don't really have a tailgating culture because most of their big sports stadiums they're designed to be in cities. So you just go out to the bars nearby,
right,
and then you walk on over. There was a guy online that was complaining about how American tailgates are like a bad thing.
I saw this recently.
Yeah, it's a guy that's like very much in favor of walkable cities,
right,
that kind of guy.
Yes.
Which I completely understand. Like going to bars and then going into a game is a good time. That's fun too. But tailgating, that's like our thing. We have tailgating in America, and it's a good time. You just drive, you get drunk, you go to a game, and then you have somebody drive you home.
I've done both, obviously living in New York, and then like Preds games, the Preds Arena is right on Broadway. You go all on Broadway and then go. Tailgating at a college football game is so much infinitely better than those things. It's unquantifiable.
Yeah, you don't have to wait for a drink. You bring your own stuff.
Like everybody, like you can just walk up to anybody and they'll be like, "Hey, do you want a drink? Like, do you want some food? Like, whatever." Like, it's just such a better atmosphere, and like, Also, college football is meant to have like a tailgate in a gravel parking lot.
Yes.
Like that's what the sport is for.
And there's always somebody with a new game in the tailgating lot that you've never seen, but it's always a variation on the same exact game. There's something that you throw at another thing, and then depending how close you get the thing that you threw to the target on the other thing, then you get 1, 2, or 3 points.
Correct.
And then somebody's really good at the game. They've been on the table for hours.
What's the one with the rope with the 2 things on the end of it, and you throw it, and there's the 3-tiered?
What is that? That might just be called ropes.
It's got some sort. It's something golf. It's got some sort of. It's one of the 19 golfs we have now.
Yeah.
But
So if you're like looking at the
Ladder toss?
yeah, ladder toss.
something like that. Yeah.
So there's ladder toss. There's disco poles.
What is that?
That's it might be known as different names, but you have the pole and then you put the bottle on top of it,
That game.
and then you throw the frisbee at the pole.
I've never heard of that.
You can also do a variation of it. And my personal favorite is you get traffic cones. Now the traffic cones have to be the right size. They have to be the tallest traffic cones. They go up to about, I'd say, my waist. So probably like your mid-thigh,
knee-ish.
mid-thigh, probably upper mid-thigh, big T. And then you put the traffic cone down, you put a beer on top of the traffic cone, then you throw the frisbee at it, and you try to hit the cone to knock the bottle off, or you can knock the bottle off. And we call that Polish horseshoes. That was my favorite game for about 5 years. The trick, though, is finding the right cones. So part of this game, it's not like the Disney-fication of tailgating where you can go to Home Depot and just like pick up one of these sets of games on your way into the game.
Right.
You have to steal traffic cones, and you have to find the right ones to steal. So you end up spending like 30 minutes driving around looking for the regulation-sized cones. And then you see them, then you get out of your car, and you have to go abscond with the traffic cones and take them. So you're committing like a light crime, and then you get to play the game with the fruits of your labors. That's my favorite game.
I can see the appeal of that.
And also, Pong is just another variation on that.
Right.
Right.
Cornhole.
It's all the same game, but there's Can Jam. It's been a couple years since we've had a new iteration of the tailgate, right?
Yeah.
Like what's next up right now?
I'm sure something's been on Shark Tank recently.
Yeah.
That's where what's the net game? Spike Ball.
Yeah.
Spike Ball was on Shark Tank.
Is that where it blew up?
Mm-hmm.
It's a fun game too.
When I was in college, people were big on Spike Ball. There was like a Spike Ball club.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Go play it in the quad.
There was also a Quidditch club, right?
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
There was one in my college too.
I saw him play him one time.
Mm-hmm. I saw them playing when I went on my tour there, and I still was like, yeah, I'll go there.
It didn't scare you off?
No.
There was a time I was flying back from, I think I was flying from Florida back to Austin, and the University of Texas Quidditch team was on the flight.
No way.
And I think they just won the national championship. And they got on the plane, and I saw at least 3 or 4 members that had their brooms with them. And they had to put their brooms in the overhead storage to come back. Yeah. Now, there's got to be like
That's wild.
There's got to be an upgrade on the broom. I imagine that some sporting goods equipment place is selling like Quidditch brooms, but they're probably lightweight carbon fiber.
Yeah. Very niche store they must have.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody let me know what next up in the tailgate scene is going to be.
Yeah, I don't know.
So apparently it's now called the U.S. Quad Ball Cup. They've scrapped the name Quidditch.
Is that an effort to move on from J.K. Rowling?
That's entirely possible.
I think it might be.
Because
yeah.
it started in 2023. So yeah. Okay, so Quidditch is canceled.
The most woke.
Middlebury College won the first 5 of these, followed by Texas winning the next 3. Then the Quidditch Club of Boston, followed by the Texas Cavalry, and then the University of Rochester, Texas, nice. 2 more, UTSA, and then Harvard won it this year.
Huh.
You think, I noticed no Christian universities in there. They probably looked at it's witchcraft. It's celebrating witchcraft, right?
Right. Lot of woke on here, though.
A lot of woke on there. Stephanie from, what should I say Stephanie's like actual title is here? Director of all technology.
Yeah, she works in our control room.
Yeah.
Oh, control room, yeah.
Yeah,
Tech.
I don't know what her title is. I'm just going to call her the tech master.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think she played Quidditch in college. She's really into that, yeah.
Because I know she played lacrosse too, so I feel like that's a
correlation
transition you could make.
Yeah.
I got her Secret Santa gift at last Christmas.
Where'd you get her?
No, I got the one that she brought. I got.
You're a very easy guy to shop for, Big T. Like if I would power rank you as number one in terms of somebody that I would want to have to buy a Secret Santa present for.
Well, it was like White Elephant. It wasn't.
Oh, okay.
So I ended up with the one that she brought.
What was it?
It was like a Chicago welcome pack. It had like Wrigley gum, Chicago popcorn, gift cards to like Chicago places.
Yeah.
Good.
I would rather
make it sound great though. Make it sound fun.
It was good.
Yeah.
If we're doing Secret Santa on this podcast, I would have Big T ranked as number one. He'd be the easiest to shop for, followed by, I'm gonna say, Mad Dog. I was gonna say McKinsey second, Mad Dog third, and then I was gonna have Arian last. I feel like you'd be a hard guy to shop for.
Thanks.
You two,
He
Arian
has
and
everything.
Yeah, Arian and PFT both are very hard. You guys would be hard to shop
Yeah.
for because you have money.
I would get Arian a better frother. I would upgrade you.
Well, I thought. Hold on. So that means you got me a shitty one for my birthday?
I got you an entry-level frother.
Okay, got you.
Next up is I'm going to get you the one that's like Bluetooth and Wi-Fi connected.
Oh,
You gotta download an app for
Yeah,
it.
you have to download an app.
Yeah. You got to download. You got to plug it in to the wall. It's high-powered, so it actually has a cord.
It's too much, man. It's
Yeah.
a fucking drill. At some point, it's a drill.
Has anybody ever told you that, Big T, that like thank you for being an easy person to shop for?
I would actually say people who have bought me gifts would have the opposite opinion of you.
Because, okay, I could see it being an issue because they're afraid that you already have the thing that they're getting you.
That, but also just in terms of like, if I want something, I just buy it. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing that I'm like, I save for someone to get for me as a gift.
Yeah.
I just buy it.
You just get it yourself.
And like, yeah, like if they were going to buy me a UT shirt or something, like
Mhm.
I've probably got it. So
That's what I would be worried about.
I got something you don't got, UT.
I'm
I got
sure
a couple
you do.
things. Yeah. So I could finesse.
I would
Yeah,
have to
but
go
like, you know, my grandma or whatever, like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
I would have to go to page 2 of whatever search I was doing.
right.
Like for University of Texas merchandise.
Yeah.
Get deep into it.
Texas.
Well, Texas,
Oh, sorry,
you could
University of
find
Tennessee.
something pretty
Wow.
easy, I reckon.
The other
Wow.
UT.
The UT,
Wow.
Yeah.
as designated by the SEC,
Yeah.
Facts. Those are all facts.
their TEX.
I bought my mom a Jayden Daniels jersey for her birthday because she's a massive Jayden Daniels fan.
Wait,
And-
time out. Is that settled? They settled that?
Yeah. The SEC said UT is University of Tennessee.
That's huge.
Well, they-
And
actually,
Texas
bro.
is Tex.
They never made an official statement, but in the designations of when they put stuff down, like the standings and stuff, we're UT and their TEX, which is correct.
That gives me so much, because you know how many times like I play golf with like people or like, you know, I'm out and about, they're like, you went to Tennessee? Like, oh, that's not the real UT. I'm like, it is though. You
Just
know,
tell
but
them,
it is though.
Just tell them we were a school before they were a state,
Yes.
and that they would be
Shit, Big T.
they would
Talk
be the
that
University
shit.
of Mexico if it weren't for us. So
Yeah. Say tell me thank you for Davy Crockett.
precisely.
Oh, I love colonialism.
Yeah, it's the best. But yeah, I got my mom a Jayden Daniels jersey for her birthday because she loves watching him. She's a big fan. And then it arrived on Friday, and then she wore it for the first time on Sunday.
Uh-oh.
And he got injured after one play.
Oh no.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Is he okay? What his injury is?
Technically, it was like 3 or 4 plays, but he got hurt, I think, on the first play. Very first play of the game, they ran a little fake inside handoff, and he held the ball and ran for like 50 yards and got tackled. He landed kind of weird, but he got up and kept playing, and then he ran again and did an awkward little slide thing, and he was just grabbing his chest. And so it's either a rib or it's rib cartilage. So, which is not like a bad long-term injury, but it's just very, very painful.
Yeah, no, it's probably cartilage, ribs. That's hard. That's hard to move.
Yeah. You ever broken a rib?
No, but I had a couple of the homies that did.
Yeah. It's bad. Breathing's bad. Sneezing's bad. If you get the hiccups, that's actually the worst thing.
That'd be terrible.
I hope he doesn't get the hiccups or watch any funny movies. Because like laughing, sleeping is very painful. I've been unlucky to have both broken rib and broken rib cartilage, or fractured rib cartilage is what they call it. The only good
That's
thing
what I
is they give you that shot of Toradol, and then you feel super warm.
Yeah, I owe my entire career to Toro. Shout out to the makers of that.
How much better, like if you've got pain that, let's say, is like a 9, like it's really bad, and you take a shot of Toradol, what does that take it down to?
Like a 2.
Really?
It's insane, dog. Like I played the, let's see, 13 games, 2010 with a broken collarbone. People don't believe me, but my trainers didn't believe me. I didn't tell because I was, I'm vying for a contract, right? And so you don't divulge all your injuries. You even go see side doctors. You know what I'm saying? Just to get all your shit because you don't want to know that the injuries are piling up because that's bad. They tally that, right? And then that goes into the variable of how much they want to pay you. And so I absolutely broke my shit. And when I finally signed my deal, I was like, hey, yo, I broke my collarbone in 2010. They was like, what game? I told them, game 3 against Dallas. And they was like, there's no fucking way you played. My trainers told me that. I was like, bet. I was like, because I had to go get a physical a physical at the hospital.
Yeah.
And so I was like, watch, give me an X-ray. And so they did. They marked me up for an X-ray, got my X-ray, and they came back and saw the results. It was like, oh my fucking God. How? I was like, that Toradol y'all kept giving me, because they usually just give it in the butt. I asked them to give it to me in my shoulder. And they started giving it to me in my shoulder every game.
Mm-hmm.
And this shit the pain slowly started subsiding.
Wait, so was it still broken when you got that X-ray?
It's still broken right now. Like it healed like this. It healed, broke. Like if you used to feel my collarbone, this one's regular, and then this one, like there's an indentation, and then it comes back out. Like you can absolutely feel it.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
That's
so
wild.
It worked too good.
No, it worked the hell it's supposed to. You know what I mean? They didn't know about it. I got a good contract. Life goes on.
Is there a danger?
Is there a danger? For me in 20 years.
Like there's certain injuries where you're not really endangering anything besides just hurting it worse. But there's some where if you play on it and it gets more injured, then you could really fuck yourself up. Is a collarbone like that?
I don't know enough about the human body, but I was protecting it for sure.
Yeah.
It got to the point, I think it was like 3 or 4 weeks in, where I didn't really feel it anymore. I think it just started to, and I don't know enough about bones, but I didn't really feel it that much anymore. But it was definitely broke. I felt that shit. It was like cracked. Like I'm about split in half to the degree, but it was definitely, and they saw it in the X-ray that they saw that there was a break there.
Damn, that's pretty intense.
It's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah,
good story to tell the little lads, my little grandchildren running around. That's why you fuckers are living good.
Yeah, look what I did for you.
Yeah, now go give me a drink.
Yeah,
go make my drink, you little shit.
I got an X-ray one time for a broken rib, and during the X-ray, they found that I had another broken rib that hadn't fully healed yet. That's why I don't play rugby anymore.
That's why?
Yeah. What does that mean?
I was asking. That's
what
why.
Does that mean?
Affirming what you said.
You had a tone. There was a tone.
That sounds like a little bit of projection.
What do you mean?
It's just insecurity seeping through. I was just saying that's why.
No, there was a tone. Big T, can you back me up on that?
I'd say there was a 40% tone.
40% tone, Arian.
20% projection.
Okay, so that's 80% accurate.
I'm lost in the math, not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's right.
Is there a Chicago men's league somewhere that you could play in?
There is, but I've retired.
Back cracking. Oh, you hung up the y'all wear cleats? Y'all hung up the cleats?
I hung up the cleats. I played in the alumni game last year. I did not go to it this year because I got out of the last one, no injuries, and it's just it's not worth it. There was a time when I lived in Austin when I'd be going into work like every week during the season with a different like bandage or cast or like a black eye or a broken nose. Because that's the thing. It's like I'm not a big man, so it was a hard game to play, right? And you're playing with big dudes out there, and so one of them lands on you. Oh shit! You dislocated your shoulder again. That sucks. Then you wear a fucking sling, and you're trying to sell software for 6 months with your arm in a sling. Then you come in and you got your arm in another sling, and they're like, "Oh, I thought your arm healed." Yeah, this is the other shoulder. It's just bad. No way to go through life.
So, do you think you've played your last game?
I'm officially retired from rugby.
Damn.
But you can be retired and still, like you played in the alumni thing.
I'm like Brett Favre.
So you haven't played your last.
I'm retired. Right now I'm retired.
Right. Currently,
yes. I'm not like Brett Favre. I don't want to physically. Physically, we're very different, me and Brett. There's a lot of differences between us.
And morally.
And morally, yes. But yeah, I would feel confident saying that I've retired from rugby. Now, if there's a team
like,
out there,
what does he have? Parkinson's now?
Yes, I forgot about that. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Might have something to do with all the hits, maybe.
It could be. I always fuck with my mom and my sister that like get so upset with me because I tell them I have CTE and I start joking about it, and they just get like, "That's not fun." And it's not funny. It's like you joke a lot, but that's not funny. I'm like, but it kind of is though.
Yeah, but they don't want to hear that.
Nah, they don't want to hear that shit. But I probably got that shit. 99.9% chance I got that shit.
How many concussions did you have?
I don't know, well over 20. Easy.
What?
Yeah.
How many diagnosed?
None.
Fuck.
You don't tell nobody. Why would you tell somebody?
So you would like
back then. Now I advise players to tell somebody, but back then it was no, like even like growing up, it was like you just got your bell rung. It wasn't. We didn't know what it was.
So, and even those are just the ones you know about. If you know about 20, it means it was probably 100.
Probably. Yeah, I definitely got that little protein buildup. What is it, Dow? Something like that.
Yeah. So
you probably gonna be deep in my brain. And plus, I feel it. I've talked about this before, but I feel it in a sense of I'm very hyper aware of my emotions. I've always been that way. Sometimes I'll get a sense of like overwhelming, like depression, but it's not something that's like nothing spurs it. It just comes, and I know it's chemical. I can feel it. I could just absolutely feel like nothing brings me joy right now. And so when I feel that, I isolate. It's sad, and I know what it is. And so I usually just isolate, go try to do something, try to golf, go try to like play video games, just do something to get away from, because I get very like down, and I don't want to involve anybody else in my shit. But it's very I'm very aware that I have it. So I mean that's what I do. I've been doing this since I was a child. Like when some trauma or some bad shit happens to me, I joke. It is what I can't change it. It is what it is.
Would you have worn one of the Guardian caps?
No, that shit looks horrible.
I agree. But it depends how bad you want to not get concussions.
Yeah. All right. I'm doing fine, man.
There was a running back that was wearing one yesterday. It looked really strange for a running back.
They look bad, not as bad as I would have guessed. Unless they zoom in on the guy and they're like, that looked kind of stupid. But I mean, that's helping him not get concussions.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, did y'all see the helmets that were spray painted like leather helmets? I think it was college.
Illinois.
I don't remember. That shit was fire to me, dog. I like that shit. The whole get up, the vibe was it for me, man. I like that shit.
Yeah, that's I applaud them for doing that because they had to take a chance. There was like a 50-50 shot that it was either a very cool looking helmet or quite literally the worst helmet that you've ever seen.
The helmets looked really good. I didn't love the uniform, but the helmets looked really good.
The uniforms were kind of weird too, but it was the helmets ended up being awesome.
If you're a fan of like the OG football, you know what I'm saying? Like the early Jim Thorpe days, even before that shit, or a little bit after that shit. That was the vibe. I saw what they was going for. I appreciate it. That was nice.
Back when men were men.
Back when men were men.
Illinois got a solid
children were
team.
children doing, 40-hour work weeks.
Working hard.
Yeah. Smoking cigarettes.
Contributing to society instead of being a leech.
Take me back.
I just got tagged in this from Gooch. This is pretty good. You should talk about Zach Taylor's shitty play calling. Hey, you guys want to be legit instead of smiling puppets? Let's talk. How come Zach Taylor called 9 running plays on the last 3 drives that didn't add to shit? The Browns almost won, guys, and Zach Taylor gave them plenty of chances. Stop blaming the players and blame the coach, you fucking pussies. Straight up. He almost lost us the game. Fuck throwing a 3rd touchdown and making a statement. Let's go woke to try to run out the time. We don't want to offend the other team. If you can't see that, you're part of the problem.
Explain to me what this was in response to.
This was in response to the Bengals beating the Browns.
And this is a Bengals fan.
Yeah.
Who's mad at you?
No, I got tagged in this because they're saying that it's woke to run the football.
Oh, okay. Got it.
What?
Yeah.
No, I think it's woke to spread it out and throw it all over the place.
I think historically you'd be 100% correct and say, like, why are we running these Mickey Mouse plays?
Right.
Run the damn ball.
Grown man is run the football between the tackles.
3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Exactly.
If you run 3 yards every single time, you end up on 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, and then you just do another, like a quarterback sneak for the 1 yard. You keep the chains moving.
Yeah, that's man football.
That's man football. But now I think this guy's saying if you're running the football when you're up with a lead, that means that it's woke because you don't want to offend the other team by running the score up on them.
Right. I see.
So Mike Tomlin at the end of the Steelers game, I thought he was being woke when he was refusing to kick a field goal at the end of the game because he didn't want to run up the score. Instead, he would just run for 3 yards, and then he did that enough where they ended up scoring a touchdown at the end and just beat the Jets even worse. But yeah, I don't know. Is it woke to run the football? Is it woke to stop the run?
I think stopping the run is right wing as well.
Yeah. What about having a bad pass defense?
A bad pass defense. Defense it gets murky.
Like if you fall for a trick play and they beat you on like a flea flicker or a reverse.
No, that's not woke because you were expecting them to be a man and try to run the ball, and they pulled some Mickey Mouse shit and they were woke.
Line up and play us.
Right, so that's not your fault.
You can't beat us without going to your bag of tricks.
Exactly.
Yeah. Arian, how many trick plays would you have per week?
Like 1 or 2.
And would you change them every week?
Yeah. The playbook is changed every week. Every week is a new. So you'll have your base plays that you learn. It's your base offense that you learn. And that playbook is extensive, and you do that throughout training camp. But when you get to the game week, that practice, it's a very specific set of plays. You have your base, like you have your base runs and your base passes, but then you have like packages that you put in for that specific defensive coordinator. Same with defense. They do the same thing. Because like defensive coordinators are very NFL in general, they're just very like, it's what they call a copycat league, and they do the same shit. So it's why like you can have a coach switch teams, and then week 1 of a season, they have you study film of the team that he was previously at, because you know what they're going to line up in, you know what they're going to do, you know what their tendencies are going to do. So on third down, they come with this blitz, this percentage of the time, with this coverage, with this look, with this many wide, or with this, with this offensive set. And so you break it down like that schematically. So for that specific team, you have a little package that you put together, and you always have your base plays though, your bread and butter that we line up, and this is what we do. But we know that they like to do this, so we're gonna change something up like this. And it usually comes with like 1 or 2 trick plays. And most NFL coaches don't like Koob didn't like too many trick plays. He was just more old school. Like, we just going, you got to stop us.
Mm-hmm. And so you had to learn all new plays every week. The playbook changed.
I mean, it's not like I said. You have your base playbook, right? Or what we do, but then there would be like special, I don't know, 10 to 20 plays that you would learn. You have to learn them on either side. You have to learn, what you do in different, blitz packages, stuff like that. Yeah, you would have to learn new plays. But I mean, we were professionals. This is what we did.
So when you get the plays on like Monday, what did they give you time? Where they're like, "Hey, go back to your meeting rooms and just study this"?
Yeah, so you'll have individual meetings. They kind of like delegate what each positions group would have to do, the new stuff that you have to do. Then you have like an offensive meeting. Hey, this is what we're trying to do. This is what we're looking at with the whoop. Then you have like walkthroughs, walk through certain looks, walk through certain plays, different blitzes with different looks. And then you dress, you have practice, they put you in different scenarios, right? So you do like third downs, third and shorts. So we do all third down plays, their third down blitz packages, what they like to do on third down, what we like to do on third down, how we're going to counteract that. Like certain different looks. Like I said, I think I said this before, but like when you play like Troy Polamalu, they have a dude like just fucking, they tell him to do whatever you want. And then like, you have to like, account for him. Like if I'm a running back and I have him on what they call the umbrella, which is like all 4 DBs in pass protection, I would have to find him and stuff like that.
Did you ever suggest any plays?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Would you like draw them out?
They don't listen to running backs. I don't know how it is now, but like running backs are just like a cog in the wheel. And then it wasn't, I remember we was playing Jacksonville 2011, I believe. And when you run stretch zone, the goal is you have to have smaller linemen that can move, right? But when you have really big defensive linemen that penetration kills zone every time. So that's what they teach. If you play zone, you got to penetrate. You got to penetrate the line. And so the dudes were just penetrating. And I was like, I came off the silence. I was yelling. I was like, yo, it's not working. I was like, we need to run downhill. Like, zone is not working. We need to run down. So I was yelling. I was like, yo, get the fuck. I was talking. And then we was in the meeting room later on after the game. And Cool was like, hey, if you want to spend hundreds of hours watching these game films and yada, 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 then you can tell us what to run. So until then, you just run what we call. And I was like, cool. But we played Jacksonville later on that year, and we had a couple downhill runs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I know ball, but they'll take quarterback suggestions. Very rarely do they take running back suggestions. Obi did. Obi was very like, what you think about this? And I'm like, we can do this. It's like, can you run this route on this kind of? Yeah, absolutely. Or maybe I should do this. Can I get an option route here? He'd be like, okay, let's try that. Obi was a little bit more receptive to that.
I love that nickname.
Obi,
yeah, it's good.
That's what I called him.
Get him a job. This episode is brought to you by Steven Singer Jewelers. Everyone loves talking about our friend Steven Singer. You've seen the billboards. You've heard the expression a million times. I hate Steven Singer. Why have you seen that? Well, because most other jewelers hate him. Steven has the best quality, real natural diamond jewelry at the very lowest possible price every single day. No phony sales, no fake discounts, no pricing games, no nonsense ever. Just easy, just fun. That's why he's a jeweler that you can trust. Steven also has the best guarantee in the jewelry business. Full 100-day, 100% money-back guarantee. Plus, you get an unbeatable full-value lifetime upgrade on center diamonds, diamond stud earrings, and solitaire pendants. Plus, you get free shipping both ways. No one does real diamond jewelry better. Visit our friend Steven Singer in his showroom at the other corner of 8th and Walnut in Philly, or online at IHateStevenSinger.com. Steven Singer Jewelers, that's IHateStevenSinger.com. Check him out. Okay, also on the news for this weekend, we had Donald Trump working at McDonald's on Sunday night. Arian, did you see that?
I did see this.
Put in a little shift as a fry cook. Definitely went home with a couple bags of fries, right? Took some for the road.
Yeah, if you're helping make them.
Yeah. So what do we think about that, Big T?
I would eat out that bitch all the time. I would be caught eating fries from there.
Oh.
Pause.
Eating fries out that thing? How's that?
Nah, just listen back to it.
Yeah, listen back. You'll see. But yeah,
I mean, you help your brother out in the time.
For a second, some listeners might think that you said that you would like to lick Donald Trump's butthole.
Come on, I was talking about the McDonald's fry bear. All right. Okay.
You think Trump's ever had his ass eaten?
Oh my God.
No, serious question.
Absolutely. Serious question, guys. Has Donald Trump?
For sure.
I'm clutching my pearls.
When Trump was putting in most of the work back in the 80s, probably, yeah, I'd say late 70s, early 80s was probably his heyday. I don't think eating ass was a thing back then. I don't know. I wasn't alive. Maybe you could tell me.
What? Eating ass has always been a thing.
Has it?
Yes. Man, people been freaky since being freaky was being freaky, bro. Like, this is humans we're talking about. If there's one thing we do well, it's fucking war. That's what we do.
I guess I just never really heard about it until, I don't know, like the last 15 years.
People had depression. You didn't really hear about it the last 15 years either.
That's also
we're developing ways to express ourselves. This is the age of that, the dawn of that.
And concussions, yeah. That's what we've learned by being more interconnected as a society. Concussions, depression, and getting your asshole licked.
I know.
So,
but again, I don't think he's capable now.
Like physically?
Yeah, because you either gotta put your legs up on your back, or you gotta do the very emasculating move of you gotta get on all fours. And I'm not sure Donnie doing that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think he is either. I don't think he's gonna look like Michael Irvin at a Cowboys game.
Okay.
Did you see that?
No, Miami.
Oh, that was at the U.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, Michael Irvin getting on all fours to watch the game.
It's wild.
I'm gonna start doing that during like really, really stressful times in games. Just assume the position.
That's my guy. I just don't understand that. But hey, man, I hope he's having a good time.
Yeah. But you think that Trump has had his ass eaten?
Of course. Yeah, I would assume so. Yeah.
I don't think Biden has.
Nah, I don't know. He's a little freaky too. He's
You
a
think
little
so?
freaky ass 69 guy. He's a little freaky.
Did you see his conversation with Obama?
At the service?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw the lip reading of it. Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit was funny.
Well, there was real lip reading, and then there was the dubbed over. I think is what you're talking about. That was
I
very
didn't
funny.
see that. I didn't see the real one. What they talking about?
It appears he says at one point, "She's not as strong as me," and then Obama agrees with him.
Yeah. And then Obama looks over and he's like, "There's cameras here.
Yeah.
We'll talk later."
Strong as me.
Like as a candidate.
Yeah.
Oh.
Joe was saying like I'd be kicking his tail right now.
Damn.
I don't know how that is true, but
Yeah. I mean, we're one way or another we're in for an interesting January if he's like swearing Kamala in, and he's like so pissed off that she took his job,
he's going to be pissed either way.
or if he's swearing Trump in.
We're only 2 weeks out.
Damn, that's
Yeah.
crazy. I'm gonna go vote in the next couple of days. A little early voting.
Voting has started. Yeah. There's all this information about, like, I saw somebody say that Michigan has more registered voters than people above the age of 18, which is true. And I looked into it, but states, they set like their own election laws and all that stuff. They've got their own election boards. And in most states, they have to give you at least a couple years before they take you off the voter roll after you die or move out of state. So right now, I think I might be on the list in New York to vote because I just moved out to Chicago a year ago. Now, if I were to go back to New York and vote, that would be a crime.
But you just had both your ballots sent to your new house, right?
So fraud.
So you could
Yeah, I got
do both.
multiple. Yeah, and
Right.
also I registered Blake.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, so then all my relatives
Well, and Christopher, right?
and Chris, my son.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Is
Chris.
he still 4? Or?
He's 4. He was born on Leap Day, so
Oh, okay.
I guess he's 16 now.
Right.
But really, he's 4. But he's still a piece of shit. Yeah,
And he's still registering to vote.
he's still registering
And he
to
still
vote.
uses a bottle, apparently.
He's using a bottle. Yeah. Oh, we should talk about that. The Texas game, Texas Georgia. Aaron, did you see this?
I saw the game, yes, but what?
The interception Texas had, they initially called pass interference on the defense. They threw a flag, ref announced it, the whole 9 yards, and it wiped off the interception. Then the student section from Texas started throwing trash onto the field, like bottles, whatever it was. And then after, it felt like a long time, but I think it was only about maybe 3 minutes, the ref got back onto the mic and said, "There is no foul for pass interference. The interception stands, Texas ball." They say that they talked about it on the field. They didn't use replay, right? They had a long conversation about it, and one of the refs overruled the other ref. My guess is maybe this guy either had an earpiece or he snuck a peek up at the scoreboard and watched the replay. But it ultimately was the correct call, but it also sets a very, very bad precedent, which is if your fans don't like it, they can throw shit onto the field and then they'll overturn it.
Well, it's the most insane thing I've ever seen, first of all, because they didn't – you've seen refs throw a flag, they get together, talk about it, and then say there is no foul for pass interference.
Yeah.
I've never seen them throw the flag, announce the penalty, move the ball back, mark it ready for play, and then they start throwing trash. Then they wait 5 minutes and say, actually, there's no flag.
Yeah.
Also, I'm very pissed off because in 2021 – Tennessee got fucked by the refs against Ole Miss 7 or 8 times, took 14 points off the board. We threw trash on the field, and it was a national outcry for 3 weeks.
The mustard bottle.
And we didn't get the call overturned.
Yeah.
So I demand a retroactive victory awarded for Tennessee beating Ole Miss in 2021, as well as Purdue, by the way, where we also got fucked by the refs in overtime in the Music City Bowl.
I think you should also demand apologies from all the media.
Yeah, well, you'll never get that from the lamestream MSM, but yeah, it was insane. I've never seen anything like that happen. And the SEC in their response told Texas that they have to use video to identify the people who threw stuff and ban them from all athletic events going forward.
Yeah, so they're going to have to go through the crowd, just find students and be like, do you know this person? Or how are they going to do it? Do they have...
I guess maybe if they have like the seat numbers.
Yeah, but if it's student section, I don't know how it works at University of Texas.
Some do.
I've never sat in the student section, but I think it's just like general admission, right?
I mean, I know at UT, the actual UT, we had like an assigned seat. Now people would move around and stuff, but you had a seat number.
So yeah, I guess using their video cameras, they can take pictures of, I mean, we see how crazy the pictures can get using like high def lenses. There's that one picture at Tiger Stadium.
Yep.
You see that where you could zoom in?
Saw Mincy.
Yeah, you could see anybody that was there. It was crazy. So they might have that at Texas too, where they're going to be able to like take each individual's face. Then do they send like an email to every department being like, do you recognize any of these 10,
I don't know how that works.
15,000 people that were there?
But the SEC told them if they didn't do it, they could look at banning alcohol sales at their stadium. So I imagine they will take it seriously.
That's a smart move.
Yeah.
Smart move. UT was one of the first, I think, that had alcohol in the stands. It's crazy to think that, 10 years ago, you couldn't drink booze at a game?
Oh, I mean, in the SEC, it was maybe 5 years ago.
Wild.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the precedent has been set. Greg Abbott didn't have to send in the National Guard to have the protesters arrested this time. That was progress. But if you just cry about stuff, people will listen to you.
Yeah, it was crazy that they did that. I mean, they've set the precedent now. You can throw stuff on the field. I look forward to the next time Tennessee gets fucked in Neyland Stadium. I'm sure there will be a repeat.
Now, the thing is, they got the call right.
Yes, but you can't do that.
Yeah. There should be some other way that they can explain it. Like, they should have gone to like a mysterious phone. That would have been better, honestly, if they had gone to a mysterious phone and then some sky judge called in and they were like, yeah, no pass interference, because that way people wouldn't be like they just got bullied by the UT students.
Yeah, do something.
Also, the crowd shots of the UT students, it's funny because I didn't see a single one of them that I would have been afraid of.
Did you see the kid with the crazy voluminous hair?
He had a helmet of hair on.
It was wild.
Yeah. Q&As are going to be brought to you also by Nutrafol. If you're interested in having hair that grows faster, stronger, and longer, like that student at the University of Texas game, he's definitely on Nutrafol. It gives you thicker volume. It gives you less shedding, thicker lashes, thicker brows. All this is possible with Nutrafol. Might even give me a beard. I might have to look into this. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist-recommended hair growth supplement brand, trusted by over 1 million people. See thicker, stronger, faster-growing hair, less shedding, in just 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol. Thinning hair is different for men and women. A one-size-fits-all approach to hair growth doesn't always cut it. With Nutrafol subscription, building a hair growth routine is simple. You purchase it online, no prescription required. Automated deliveries and free shipping keep you on track. Plus, you can save up to 20%. You'll have access to free naturopathic doctor consults. What's that word? Naturopathic doctor consults. Anyways, you get to see a doctor and you get Headspace membership included in that. It's saving up to 20% off. It's results that you can run your hair through. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off. $10 off your first month subscription, and you get free shipping. Go to Nutrafol.com, enter promo code DOSE. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code DOSE. Find out why over 4,500 healthcare professionals and stylists recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol.com and use promo code DOSE. All right, we're back. We've got our what are we going to call this? Pirated Q&A? Intercepted Q&A?
Yeah. We'll work on something.
Y'all gotta explain me what y'all talking about, because I missed that episode.
Oh, because you were...
Yeah, so Stephen A. Smith said, I'm opening up the questions for Q&A on my podcast. And we just took all of his questions that people were asking him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now we're just going through different
Gotcha.
podcasts.
Yeah, so now we're on to a female pop culture podcast.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Okay.
That Mackenzie and I listen to. Okay, so I think we have to refer to them. These are toasters. This is what they're called. So these are the toaster questions. So it's Dear Toaster. So I think you guys have to be like, okay, toaster.
Okay.
Okay. The first one, and these are all like advice. I'm getting married in the spring, and my fiance's girl best friend asked to do a special dance with him. He wanted me to ask her to be a bridesmaid, but I said no because we really don't get along. I think this dance is insane, but he doesn't want to upset their families. Their moms have been best friends since childhood, and his older brother is married to her older sister. They're basically like family at this point. Should I give into this dance or put my foot down?
They're in love.
I mean,
That's the wildest thing I've ever heard.
They're definitely in
No,
love.
she's definitely in love with him.
Run that back again. I'm missing something.
So, okay. This girl is getting married, and her fiance has a girl best friend. Tough place to start.
From like
From childhood.
Up, their families are close friends.
And the girl best friend wants to have a special dance at the fiance's wedding.
With the fiance.
With the fiance. So the girl best friend wants to dance with the fiance that she is not engaged to at his
That
wedding.
messy, bro. She messy.
Yeah.
Imagine trying to explain that to people.
No.
Yeah. It's, it's your, the first dance goes to either the mom or it goes to a girl that you've had a crush on for a very long time.
Right.
Everyone does that now.
Yeah, that's as like your first thing that you do when you're married is you dance with
Another woman.
Yeah, who's in love with you.
Right, clearly.
Maybe he's just asking this because he wants you to be a little bit jealous. And then you're like, oh, everybody wants my fiance. That's awesome. But then he'll be like, no, you're right. I won't do it.
So should she put her foot down or should she let the dance happen?
I think she should dance with her high school boyfriend.
Yes, agreed. If he gets one, she gets one too.
I think it's very simple. At the rehearsal dinner, I expect that she'll be at the rehearsal dinner because they're so close.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Just poison her food a little bit.
Yeah.
Just give her the diarrhea.
I would say find her drink and put a lot of Miralax in it.
You can't dance with diarrhea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who's writing it? The
woman.
The bride.
Yeah, the bride.
She's like, what the hell do I do about this?
That
And
shit ain't gonna
her
work.
future husband asked if the girl best friend can be a bridesmaid, and she said no.
Can I say something?
Hold on about that one. That's she bugging on that one.
Well, she's like, we don't get along. I'm not friends with this girl.
Oh, though they don't. Oh, that's okay. That's the
because she knows that the girl wants to fuck her fiance.
Yeah, then he bugging. Yeah, he bugging for sure.
I got a question, and this might not be very politically correct of me.
Mm-hmm.
It does matter what the girl looks like. Is she attractive? Because if she is like decidedly
hot,
unattractive is what I'm saying.
It's still weird, but it's not as bad.
It's not. Yeah, right.
It's still.
No, you're right.
I need to see a
terms of
picture.
how weird it is, it remains the same. But in terms of
level of threat,
yes. Like you need everybody at that wedding to say she's obviously in his friend zone.
Yes.
That's fucked up, man.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. But I will say
this is my ugly best friend.
That I feel like if there was beef about it and she doesn't get along with it, like there's obvious tension. She's at least average looking.
Yeah.
Someone needs to tell the girl who wants to have this dance that everyone's either going to view you as a home-wrecking whore or a severe uggo that this is being done out of like pity.
Charity case.
There's no winning for her.
It's a make-a-wish.
It's going to be bad for you either way.
This is also, it might be a stunt, not really a stunt, but the girl who's asked to do this dance is also probably thinking about, like the week before, we're going to have to get together and rehearse the dance together.
Right.
And it's like she's making plans with him to hang out.
It's just so weird to even ask that. Like, why can't people just be normal? I don't get it.
Yeah. All right, good question.
Both bugging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely put your foot down.
Put your foot
let
down.
him dance with her.
Not that this woman
That
is listening to
marriage
our
ain't gonna work.
podcast.
No,
Yeah.
it's insane.
That's over. That's already over.
Or
Don't get married.
The girl best friend's marriage will never work because
Probably
she's
both of
above
them,
him.
but definitely not their marriage. If you can't have a simple conversation to communicate effectively before your marriage about this and y'all disagree, this shit ain't gonna work.
Okay, so if you're the guy, I want you to think yourself through this situation.
All right.
You're going to the wedding of a guy that you kind of know, and you know that he has had the biggest crush on your wife for like 15 years. And she's told you before, like, I've had to tell this guy, no, I've had told this guy, like, it's not going to work out. And then that guy asks to dance with your wife before, like at the wedding ceremony, you would say absolutely not. This guy just is still in love with you.
I would
like
leave
the
it up to
similar
my wife.
situation.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, she would probably say no too. Is what I'm saying. If it's
and
truly,
then I got a winner. That's how I know I got a winner.
If it's truly someone that she has pushed away.
Absolutely. That's my wife is a free woman in this United States of America. If you want to dance with that man, go ahead and dance with that man. But let me know something about you though.
Mm-hmm. But you're going to keep notes. You'll be watching hand placement.
No, I'm. If you say yes, that lets me know everything I need to know.
Yeah, let them.
Enjoy your dance.
I, as a neutral observer, really hope this happens. Please, Madeline, keep us updated.
Yeah, I'm down to wedding crash, dog. Actually.
I would love to hear the DJ announce.
There's a shorty that listens to. I'm sorry, I cut you off, brother. I'm sorry, I thought you was done. Go ahead.
No, just I want to hear the DJ announce that dance now coming to the floor. The groom and his friend, Ashley.
And Ashley's she's gonna be like 6 glasses of Pinot Grigio deep.
Can you even imagine how drunk she'd be?
Yeah, she's gonna start crying during it.
Then they turn on some salsa shit, and she like nigga he tips her, and she like.
No, imagine it's to like a romantic song.
Oh, it's gonna be something like they're not gonna.
I mean, it's gonna be a slow dance. Yeah.
He gonna tip that thing. You know what I mean? Spin
I
her a
have
little
another
bit.
take. I have another take, and y'all aren't gonna like this. This is an extenuation of the proliferation of wedding culture in this country, where people see a wedding happening and they're like, "This needs to be about me."
They invent events to happen at the wedding that they can be a part
Precisely.
of. Yeah.
But that has to do with the person, not with the wedding culture.
For sure. Yeah, you've got to be a weird person to do it, but I do think there is this sort of like, oh, someone else is getting married, my time to shine.
Yeah. How can I make this about me?
I need to have the best Instagram pictures at this thing. I need to this, that, and the other.
So if you're like best friends with a girl from childhood, it sounds like your families like grew up together. If you live in the same neighborhood and you see each other all the time, there's I would say almost 100% chance that one of the two parties at some point had a very big crush on the other party.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So it's an issue.
Whoa. I had this same take a while ago, and you ladies disagree with me.
No. You were saying every guy that has a girl best friend or girlfriend, a friend that's a girl, is in love with her. No, that's not the same thing at all. Yes, you did.
We did that. We had that discussion. Because you said that all of my guy friends want to fuck.
Speak like that. No, I don't even talk like that. No, this is cap. This is what I said. I said it's
roll
hard.
the tapes.
It's hard for a male and a female to have. At one point, every man has thought about.
I think there's a difference between
becoming friends in your adult life
and your adult, yes, and then like going through like your
little rascals
teenage years together and all that shit.
Yes,
1,000%.
That's the difference.
Y'all disagree. It's the same take.
That's the difference.
No, it's not.
different when you had a crush on them when you were like 7 versus when you're 27.
Yeah,
I think it's possible, but it's just rare, and it's just rare. Because I have a girl who was actually she was standing with my groomsmen when I got married a long time ago. She's one of my best friends. Like, and we ain't never crossed that line. I ain't even never thought about it. It's just, but also has a lot to do with she was really kind of with one of my best friends. Like they was kind of doing,
Well, see, that's
But it's, I never looked that way. She never looked my way. But that's just my dog. But like I said, it happens. But like 99% of my other friends that were girls, it went down.
99% is a lot, I think, for an average.
Nah, I don't think it is.
Arian, you're different.
I don't think I am. I think I'm the result of options being explored, for sure. I just happen to may have a little bit more options, but
answers always no if you don't ask.
Options will get explored if given the opportunity majority of the time. I stand by that.
Yeah. Well, this is a case of that.
I have a question here. This is also from that same podcast, The Toast.
You have your own question?
Yeah. It's from the podcast, The Toast.
Okay.
It says, I didn't watch much college football this weekend because I was out apple picking.
Right.
I was really excited to see the Alabama-Tennessee game. What happened during that game?
Thank you for asking, the Toast listener.
They do talk about sports on their podcast. That would be a question.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad someone finally asked. An hour and 30 into the show. Tennessee.
You got a microphone, brother?
No, listen, this is y'all's show. I don't give a shit what y'all do. I don't do whatever you want. I don't care. Tennessee did win for the second time in 3 years. I believe they call that a trend.
Yeah, it's a trend.
Did beat Alabama, and it was fucking awesome.
It was pretty cool. You smoke a cigar?
I think it's great because it renews the rivalry in a real way. Like, it was always a rivalry in a sense, but I'm telling you, bro, I used to talk to Alabama players back in the day. I was like, it was a rivalry, but they didn't really care like that. But now that it's kind of going back and forth, now I think it's going to be a little bigger of a thing.
Nick Saban said it was their biggest game every year.
I don't want to hear that shit. They just be saying shit. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear what nobody say in the press. I want to hear what he say behind the scenes. That's what I like to hear.
I did. So I went to the smoke shop nearest to my house after the game, and I was like, "What's the cheapest cigar you got here?" And he was like, "This one." So I grabbed a few of them because I was going to a bar to meet up with some people from here, and I was like, maybe Ebo puffed on one with me. And I just grabbed the one he told me was the cheapest. It was a chocolate cigar.
Okay.
It was horrifying and disgusting. Just the worst thing you've ever tasted in your life.
It was made out of chocolate?
It was supposed to taste like chocolate.
Okay, I thought it was made. You were trying to like light the chocolate on fire.
No, I'm not. Why
is this cigar melted?
Dumb as fuck.
Well, chocolate cigars are a thing.
I did not know that was a thing. It was a cigar that was supposed to taste like chocolate.
Okay, got it.
And it was disgusting.
You might have bought like a backwoods or like a blunt.
It was
that's got a chocolate wrapper on it.
It was not. I also asked the guy.
Bought a special sweet.
I also asked the guy. I said, "Do those need to be cut?" I genuinely didn't know, and he was like, "Yeah." And he cut what I think was the wrong end, so they both had. There was no end that was covered. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay, I thought one end was
because
supposed.
You light one end and the other has to be. You have to be exposed to like the tobacco so you can. Inhale. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. Then that was. Then he did fine.
It'd be very funny if Big T went to a store and like bought a Swisher and they give him the pack and he's like, "Can you cut these for me?"
No, they were out of a humidor. Okay. But yeah, it's fun. I will gladly do that once a year.
Yeah, it's nice, and I don't want to downplay it at all, Big T. But was there a part of you that thought it was less special because Vandy had beaten them?
No.
It's still just as good?
Don't care.
Okay. No part of you that is like, man, I wish that it wasn't a down year for Bama?
I mean, no, I want to beat Alabama every time we play them. If we had lost to an Alabama team that isn't as good, that would have been worse.
Are you worried at all about Vandy?
Yes. And now less so after they fucked around with Ball State, I guess. But like if we're 9-2 and we have to win that game to go to the college football playoff, yes.
Yeah. But still, congratulations.
Yep.
Where are we at with Nico?
Ask me after our next game. I think something might have clicked in that second half.
Okay.
Who we got?
They're off this week and then they play Kentucky at home. The games left are Kentucky, Mississippi State, at Georgia, UTEP, at Vandy.
Okay.
We should win all those except Georgia, and we should be competitive with Georgia.
It's at Georgia? What
yes.
week is that?
It's in 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. Whatever date that is.
Come on, Mr. Fucking schedule.
Hang on, I'll tell you just by looking at the calendar, not even the date.
Because if it's the 9th, I might pull up.
That'll be the 16th.
Ah, fuck. Can't do it. Who they got the 9th?
Mississippi State.
That's at home?
Yeah.
Might pull out of that, though.
I love it when Arian goes back to campus.
Tell me if you're going. I'll see if I can be there.
Yeah.
I mean, I got shit to do. What's up?
Okay, we got any more questions?
We do. But I'm happy that someone from the Toast was asking.
Yeah, very nice.
Finally.
Yeah.
Thank you, Toast listener.
The girls are informed. Okay, next one. My boyfriend's ex-girlfriend recently posted a TikTok where she says one of her red flags is that she has a complicated relationship with her ex. I know my boyfriend is her only ex. Is this valid for me to be upset about? Should I be upset at him, at her, or am I overreacting?
How does she know that's her only ex? She on some stalker shit?
Well, they probably talked about it, I imagine.
Yeah.
I think complicated has a lot of meanings.
Well, not to spoil what they said on the Toast, but they are in a similar agreement. It's like, in what way is it complicated?
Yeah, complicated it's a big word. Is it complicated as in it's not a clean break? Is it complicated as in
I still have feelings for him?
I still have feelings? Is it complicated as in he's like a part of my life and I wish that he wasn't?
Or like, is he not and I wish he was? Yeah, there's a lot of lanes you could take that.
It depends on how young they are too.
Yeah.
So
let's call it like our age.
Here's an adult take, right? If you think like, okay, if I am to enter into a relationship right now with another person that is my age, around my age group, if I think that if I'm the only one that she has feelings for in the current time when we enter an engagement, like that's unrealistic. It's not realistic. Feelings are complicated. Emotions are complicated in general. Now, how she acts upon those feelings, like that determines on, that's a character trait. But like as adults, functioning adults, especially at my age, like people go through things. People fall in love. People fall out of love. But like I fell in love, and I still have feelings for a certain person that I will never entertain that ever again. But like the feelings don't go away. It doesn't make it complicated because I've addressed it. But if you don't address it, it can get complicated. So all different factors. But if you're an adult, it's an easy conversation to have with your ex. I mean, with your partner.
Is there also something weird about her, like posting a video on social media saying, I have a complicated relationship with my ex? Like, does she want her ex to see that video? Is that why? Because think about,
and she wants the girl to see that video too.
Yeah, think about all the old relationships that you have. Are you ever going to like make a video on social media and be like, I'm dealing with this issue right now, just so that you guys know?
No.
I feel like that's not so. You do that for an audience of one.
Yes.
Maybe two. If she's trying to send a message to the new girlfriend, she might be fucking with you.
Yeah, that could be true.
Yeah, I think those types of things aren't to like let the general public know, like, I'm dealing with this. It's like
it's more mess.
I miss my ex.
Messy, more messy behavior. It's messy.
Or if it's truly a complicated, let's say that you guys see each other from time to time, and that's what's making it complicated. If you're actually in that relationship, would you ever post about that relationship on social media?
Depends.
If that person's in a new relationship?
No, if you're normal, you want.
Yeah, if you're normal, you want. Like, her red flag is she made that video.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I think it's rude to do. Mm-hmm. And like poke into someone else's relationship that you're not a part of, whether or not you want to be or not.
Okay, good question.
All right, one more.
I think we're really fucking good at this.
I think you guys are too. One more?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm newly married and I've been with my significant other for over 8 years. I'm currently on my honeymoon and I received a text from my sister-in-law. The text was...
Is 8 years newly married?
Well, she's
no,
newly
I
married.
was going to say that's crazy that,
My fault. I'm a man. I can admit when I'm wrong. My fault,
right.
Big T.
No, I was agreeing with you. I was saying it's crazy that they just got married.
Oh.
So wait, set this up again? No, I'm confused.
Okay.
Same.
This woman and her husband are on their honeymoon.
Yeah.
And they've been together 8 years.
Okay, got it.
They just got married. And she received a text from her sister-in-law. The text was screenshots of my latest Instagram post on my honeymoon, and it said, weird, fugly-ass outfits, and she edits her pics. Obviously, this was meant for someone else, and I responded out of anger and said, next time I'll borrow some of your V-neck shirts since you have a closet full of them. My husband supported my message, but now I'm worried that I responded too quickly and I may be driving a wedge between him and his family. He's very close with them, but they can be overbearing. His sister has made passive-aggressive comments to me before about how I'm white and he's Hispanic. But she's never said anything explicitly rude before. What do I do?
Do you edit your pics? Is this true? Are the allegations true?
Do you have weird, fugly ass outfits?
Yeah. Did you say anything wrong?
Did she clock your tea, my friend?
That was probably a very awkward moment for the person that sent the text when they realized that they sent it to the wrong. That's pretty bad.
And then she gets clocked, and it's like, oh, let me give me one of your fugly ass t-shirts.
But I kind of I respect the way that she fired back. I feel like
I do too.
I feel like maybe you guys might not be on the best terms right now, but next time you see each other, at least you guys know that you traded jabs and you can move forward, as opposed to like if you didn't send anything back, then that's going to be a very weird encounter next time you guys are together.
Yeah.
But if you don't send anything back, you have the ultimate trump card of that anyone could ever have.
Yeah.
Like you forever have that you were the victim.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which like generally I'm not a fan of, but in this situation where with his family, you can be like the one, you get to be the bigger person and be like, I could fuck you up, but I'm not going to. And you always have that in your back pocket.
But if you don't send anything back,
what card could you play when this is valuable and any kind of leverage?
I mean, they have to be the nicest people to you for the rest of your life, and they can never tell you to do anything.
Like what?
At least the sister.
Huh?
At least the sister.
Because I think that at some point she would bring it up, and then that's almost like a moment of weakness when you bring it up and you're angry about it. Then the other person can clap back and be like, why'd you wait this long to even talk about it? You've been sitting on that one for a while.
But now you just got in a fight. Like that's all this is you fought with her.
But I think it might be a productive fight because the V-neck t-shirts, that, not to make a pun, but that cuts deep. Right? Like she has to think like, God damn, I do have a lot of V-neck t-shirts.
And to me, it addresses the issue. She says she's made passive-aggressive comments about her being white before. May or may not have been like, digs. There are social dynamics when you date interracially. Like, there are social dynamics that you have to deal with. And those are one of them. Family jokes, stuff like that. That's stuff you have to it's a part of the variable of the melting pot. And so if you're going like race mix in a family, I would rather have the jokes be let's put them all on the table. So like, if you fire me, it's okay if I fire back. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Rather than there being this like social hierarchy, I can't say anything back or else I'm a racist. You know what I'm saying? Like those are all things that need to be talked about. I mean, don't say anything racist, but those are things that need to be, you know what I mean, talked about within the family dynamics of dating interracially. It's a thing. Cultural mixing is a thing in interracial dating. So I like that she fired back.
Yeah, I do too. I feel like you can build off that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and if you want peace, go for it. But if she's unwilling, fuck it. Fuck her and her V-neck t-shirts. You marry her, you married the husband, her brother.
Yeah, like the husband was obviously okay with her sending the text back, like it said in the thing. I feel like he needs to talk to his family and be like, why are you treating my wife like this?
Especially if they've been together 8 years. Like,
right, they're not like gonna break up over this, so they're married, like they've been together for that long, like she knows them, so I feel like he should probably be like, what the hell, like that's rude.
But we also don't know
have your
all
man
the
stand
dynamics,
yeah, there's definitely factors.
She may not be totally innocent in this, I don't know, but if there's a grudge being held for 8 years, and it might have been innocent, Shorty might have been like, this shit was ugly though, it is what it is.
Right.
We don't.
And she edits her pics.
It's like we need to know, was the girl from the first question, was she hot or not? Like there's things we need to know.
It's also like, for someone, it's like your sister-in-law. Like, why are you talking shit to someone else about your sister-in-law? Again, it's not someone that you're like jealous of, or you shouldn't be. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, who is she actually sending it to?
Yeah, like this is your family at this point.
Maddie, you know damn well you gonna pop some shit about somebody you don't really like that to your homegirls. Come on now.
Let's not act like I've never talked shit. But
that's what I'm saying. It was an obvious mistext that happens.
Like I would never do that to like about my sister-in-law or something.
What if you ain't like her?
I guess, but like I just feel like the family thing is different. I don't know, but maybe that's I don't have a sister-in-law or anything like that, so maybe I be talking
a lot of shit about my family, but to my family.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. The being mean behind your back about your sister-in-laws is sinister to me. I'll talk shit with the best of them, but not about like family to someone else. Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe they meant to.
Yeah.
Or maybe they meant to send it like the sister-in-law meant to send it to like his mom.
That's what I'm thinking. I think that this was
or a different sister.
Yeah.
Like that's
okay. Now
her
my
own sister. She
so
meant
now
to
I'm
send it
changing.
to, is what I'm imagining.
Yeah, this sounds like it was a family.
Yeah,
A family affair.
like a little family thing.
So
they have
now
going
I'm
on.
wondering if the girl who wrote in kind of sucks.
Is she fugly? We don't know.
Yeah, well, fugly outfits.
yeah.
Also,
Right.
she was
I think she
talking
had a
shit
temperance.
about both of your outfits, it sounds like. Not just you, but also your husband.
Oh, see, no, I don't think it was the husband too. I think it was just multiple outfits from her honeymoon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So she only posting solo pics of herself and her honeymoon. That's kind of
I don't know. See, that I can't speak on. I have no idea.
I need to
that's
know.
kind of sus though, no?
I didn't see the
That is
I didn't see
sus.
the photo dump.
I need to know the level of editing that was done. If it's a
Right.
filter, that's one thing. But if it's like,
Facetune.
Photoshop. Yeah.
Yep.
That's
What
Because
percentage?
being on your honeymoon and only posting like selfies and shit, that's kind of crazy.
yeah.
yeah. Unless you did like double posts, like one with her husband and then
Yeah.
one of like
Yeah,
her
then
outfits.
it's cool. Yeah, then it's cool.
Yeah.
What percentage of regular women would y'all say are editing their pictures like to a point that you would say is excessive?
Noticeable. I don't know.
85.
No.
I'd say over 50.
You think regular
Yeah.
people?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I rarely see pics that don't have some type of filter on them.
Well, just a regular
Filter is
filter
normal.
is normal.
I
yeah.
have an aesthetic
wait,
to
wait.
uphold.
What is,
Yeah,
what was the-
filter's
I thought it was just
different.
Like
No, I'm saying like I'm making my waist smaller, my ass bigger.
Yeah, I'm talking
Oh.
about going into an app. And
Yeah.
doing
Like, not
stuff.
true.
I think
dramatically-
that's rare. I don't think it's over 50. I would say like 20 to 30.
I don't know.
I think I think like
celebrities.
celebrities, a lot.
Well, that's 100.
Yeah, normal like regular people like 25%.
Yeah, it's probably low.
I don't know anyone that's ever admitted to me or that I've ever noticed.
I mean, I
in
don't
my
know people
personal
who
life.
do it drastically, but I know people who do it enough that they
That you
want to
can
feel
tell?
good about. No, not that you could tell, but just that they wanted to do stuff.
My guess is 25, but yeah, no. I mean, a celebrity though is like everyone. You don't have any idea what a real celebrity looks like.
Man, I seen a picture of Kim Kardashian when she was like before all the surgeries. But she like an entirely different human, bro. That shit's crazy to me. That's crazy to me that people want that. You want to alter yourself so much that you are unrecognizable from the human that you used to be. That's insanity, dog. We are in a weird ass place.
Do you stop recognizing yourself?
You have to. Like, this doesn't look like me anymore. I don't look like myself.
But
Like-
then it
That's
just
the,
becomes
that's the point.
Yeah, but then it just becomes like, this is me now. Like
No,
I do look like myself because
you
this
become
is me.
a fucking art piece of a doctor. You are a sculpture, bro. That shit is weird. Like, because like, I don't know, maybe y'all don't have this, but I have this. Like, sometimes I look at myself in the mirror and I see myself as a little kid. I see the little kid that envisioned what a man looks like, right? And that's
that's
a
nice.
cool moment for me. I do that every now and then. Like, she can't do that.
Yeah, I'm
You're
looking
not the person you were. You're an entirely different human.
I'm looking at the pictures of her before. She was cute. She's really pretty.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I thought
But
she
she
was,
looks completely different.
Pretty young lady.
Yeah, it's weird. It's got to be very strange to be like walk past a reflection. Who's
Yeah.
that?
Is that me?
Who's that? Oh yeah, it's me, but I look like a beautiful woman. But it's a different but it's not a beautiful woman.
It's fake.
Or it's not me, it's a different beautiful woman.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Good episode, guys. For Thursday's macrodosing, we want to do the YSL trial. It's been crazy.
Truly humble under God.
Yep. You want to do it? Let's do it. YSL. We're going to get into it. All right. We will see you guys then. Love you guys.